The tongue thing, I'm gonna get it. All right, guys. Headline for tonight, our last comic guy you came here to see. Some of you, everybody else, shh, fuck it up. Give it up for Rick Prieto. Yeah. Let's make it happen, y'all. Right?
Yeah, I'm not black. I mean, I have black in me, but after they pay, they gotta go. Subtle gay joke. Okay, so I'm recently single. Broke up with my girlfriend because she got tired of being the punchline in all my jokes. So here's a whole set, you wrathful bitch. Right? So I was with this white girl from Michigan, and her name was Abby. And let me just tell you a little bit about her. She had like this accent, the Michigan Midwest accent, but I think she faked it. Because I would call her and get her voicemail. She'd be like, oh, hello. This is Abby, don't you know? Leave a message after the beep. Beep. I'm like, hey babe, pick up. Oh, I gotcha, don't you know? I gotcha, good. Okay, no, but leave a message after the beep, okay? For real now, okay? God bless, bye. Beep.
God bless.
Babe, oh, me gotcha 3 times, don't you know? 3 times, motherfucker. 3 times. Now leave a fucking message. Abby? Miss Cleo called. She wants her voicemail back. So that was one reason I thought she was kind of weird, because who wants to have a fake Michigan accent? Also, she referred to it as the glove. And she was like, it's the coolest fucking place ever, the glove. And I was like, that's cool. But I mean, they call it Coolifornia for a reason. Just get with it. But yeah, I mean, like, if you're from California, represent. If you're not, shut the fuck up and name the biggest city next to you. Detroit? Detroit? Yeah, that's Abby, by the way. Anyway, one time she was like really sick with a cold, and I'm very against diseases and whatnot. So we're sitting on the couch, and she gets one of her like mucus-filled tissues, and she goes headshot, and she throws it at my face. I then picked up my copy of Dragon Tattoo, and I go, Facebook. She never did that again. No, ma'am. No, sir. Yeah. I love her so much. She's like the Chris Brown to my Rihanna. Meaning, like, she used to send me dick pics all the time. It was beautiful. I used to run it. Run it. Subtle gay joke. Okay, so hold on, I have my notes here somewhere. Alright, so, I have, okay, so I have this friend who's a dick to me. Like, he's just a jerk. Like, he's probably Satan's seed. And I'm nothing but nice and loving. I love to love my friends, you know, in public, in a car, in their privacy of their own home. I love to love my friends, so if you're my friend, I love you. But he's so hurtful sometimes. He keeps calling me a faggot every time I try to love him. And, you know, one time we were watching TV, and he's like, what are you watching, fag? And I was like, Wipeout. He's like, what's that, one of like your faggot ass shows? And I was like, nah, dick, it's what God did to your house. He's a Katrina victim. He's a survivor because he knew how to swim. And so I'm constantly like putting my foot in my mouth with that whole subject, because who really knows someone that's a Katrina survivor? Raise your hand. Nobody, right? Half of them know him. They don't even know that. So, you know, we're talking one day, and then he's like, so, you know, they rebuilt my house, and it's like 3 stories above land on stilts. And he's like, and my room's now in the attic. I'm like, always gotta head to the top of the house now. Don't want that shit to happen again. Love you wherever you are. Very much. Yeah, that's what happens when you're friends with me. I'm kind of hurtful. And I work, okay, so in high school, I used to make fun of the wetback kids. Like all the time, because let's face it, they're make funnable. Yeah, I just made that shit up. You better put that in your autocorrect and start using it. So they're make funnable because, let's be honest, if you can't say kiss right and you say geese, something's wrong with you. If you can't say touch and you say tash, something's wrong with you. If you got the Mexican flag or the eagle somewhere on your body, something's wrong with you. At least have a bear somewhere there, you know, red, white, and blue. So after making fun of them for 4 years, I get a job working for them. Everyone that's above me at my job, they're what I call a wetback. There's one lady there, her name is Lorena. She's 4'2". She's like 300 pounds. She looks kind of like a dirty Kirby. No, like she's like she smells bad, but like if my arms were that short and I couldn't wipe either, I'm pretty sure I smell like shit. My factory gets like 100 degrees. So I want you to imagine just standing behind someone who reeks like that, who looks like a dirty Kirby. I took a picture of her one time and spread that shit so fast across the whole plant. I got in trouble by like 3 bosses. But when they try to figure out what I took a picture of, they're like, is that a forklift driver driving wrong? Is that someone putting the machine together wrong? I was like, that's Lorena. No, did you zoom in? Is it like micro zoom? I was like, I'm 3 feet away from her. Was she rolling plastic? Was she doing cartwheels? She was standing there yawning. After that, they were like, well, we can't get you in trouble because really, you were just being bored, and you know, that's my job. I think if you don't hate your job, you obviously don't work. It's true, I used to love staying home doing nothing, and now I'm at a job where I go somewhere and do nothing, and I'm like, I loved it more when I was sitting at home watching weeds, not sitting at work thinking, my God, when am I gonna go pick up weed? So, it's all about being subtle, you know? I mean, I know friends who they're gay. And they don't go out in jock straps and a t-shirt. No, they just go out in a jock strap because they're subtle. You know? And it's like, we'll be making breakfast and it's like, oh, can I get like a Denver omelet? And then they're making me my egg and then his balls are touching my eggs. I'm like, no, I want a Denver omelet, not some guy from Denver with his balls in my omelet. You better get that shit out of here. IHOP. And what's up with IHOP? I mean, why can't girls with big tits get a job at Hooters, but a bitch with one leg can't work at IHOP? That's just discriminatory. Dictionary is gonna be easier to pronounce. I mean, what the fuck? Why is it called a dictionary? Do women get pissed off? You guys should make a dictionary. Yeah, subtle sexism. Again, herpes. Guys get it too. I call it himpies. I got a bad case of it right now. I'm trying really hard not to scratch. That's why both hands are on the mic. Speaking of STDs, my mom was cooking food the other day. And my mom doesn't eat. She's a vegetarian. But she watches people make food and she's like, oh, I can do that. So she's like, let me just, you know, make this beef steak good. Give me an orange and a lemon. I was like, oh yeah, let me go to that pantry you just refilled 10 minutes ago because you go shopping. She's like, well then give me some lemonade and some orange juice. That is not the same. And then she like douses it and drowns it and it's like lemonade, orangeade soup with beef in it. And then she's right there eating like her 5-star rice and her vegetable salad that she grows in a garden behind the house. And speaking of behind the house, my grandma's a drug dealer. And I'm always trying to get her to give me discounts because she gets it straight from the cartel. I'm pretty sure she's a head honcho over there. And by over there, I mean Mexico. Because let's face it, where else are we gonna get it, right? Mexico in the house. Speaking of in the house in the backyard of my grandma being a drug dealer. We keep her in the back of the house because she's kind of like Grandma Mama from the Addams Family and we don't want her scaring my friends when they come over. One time I threw a party at my house and my friends got really drunk. Hey, you were there! She was there. My grandma looked at her sister and said, put her down. Like she was a fucking dog. True story. That wasn't in my joke. That's a true story. She said, put her down. I mean, you better listen to her, because if you don't, she will. Or she'll hire someone to do it. I haven't seen you in a while, babe. How you been? You look thin. And speak of thin, something's wrong with my toe. And like, I can't wear flip-flops because my left toe is not only longer than my big toe, but it curves. So it's kind of like my toe's holding on for dear life when I wear flip-flops. Why are they even called flip-flops? I think flip-flops when I wear them, but my dick when I run. I mean, for real. If you're gonna wear flip-flops and pants, might as well put a sign on your ass that says "Enter here only." Speak of entering in the ass. The other day I went to the doctor's, and he was like, "We gotta give you a prostate check." And I was like, "I'm 21 years old." He's like, "Well, you know, your liver's like kind of like bloated and big and black." And I was like, "It can start in fucking Precious for all I know, but that doesn't mean I'm not 21. Speak of big black people, I have a friend named Mana. Well, we call her Woe Mama because she's really big. Let me tell you how big this girl is. She has stretch marks on her ankles. I didn't even know you can get fat around your ankles, but she could. And she did it right. She has stretch marks. She looks like Precious. One day, I dropped her off at home, and she was riding in the back of my truck because that bitch don't fit in the front. I was towing her home, and she like passed out on the lawn. And I just thought, like, I feel so bad for the guy that's gonna walk his dog in the morning and see that big black woman pass out on the lawn. He's probably gonna call the cops and be like, "Someone fucking double parked the Beetle on the lawn." Or he's gonna call like PETA and be like, "Oh my God, there's a whale that's stranded over here on my lawn." But then I thought, like, if that bitch was on my lawn, she better pay for the pothole service that she's about to put in there. Speaking of potholes, one day I was hanging out with her and we were getting really drunk and freaky. So, you know, I was making out with her and rubbing my hand south, and I was like, "Oh, there's a spot. There's a spot. Really wet, really good." And I was like, "You like that? You like that?" She looked at me and she was like, "Bitch, get your finger out of my belly button." And speaking of fingering belly button, I was playing with my dog the other day and I never realized how much his dick looks like lipstick. Speaking of lipstick, I went to a gay bar the other day. And I don't know what it is about gay people, but they just don't know how to shake hands and say hi. Like, if you say hi to them, the first thing they start rubbing your dick on you. And it's like, "Can you at least say my name first? Or, you know, like, shake my hand?" He's like, "Oh, I got something you can shake." Hi. But then I thought, like, if that guy got, like, killed, my fingerprints are on his penis. That shit is horrible. Can you imagine, like, the cops coming to your church and being like, "Oh, we gotta arrest Ricky because we found his fingerprints on some man's penis." And it's like, how did that man die? And his penis was cut off. Something like that. Anyway, I went to a bar one time, to speak of penises. And there was a gorilla at the bar. And I asked the bartender, I was like, "What's up with that gorilla at the bar?" And he's like, "Well, that gorilla does an amazing thing." And I was like, "Well, what does he do?" He's like, "Watch." He walks up to the gorilla, he gets a baseball bat, and he just beats it in the head. The gorilla gets up and beats his chest. He walks up to the bartender, pulls down his pants, and gives him a blowjob. And I was like, "Holy shit, that is an amazing thing." Then the bartender comes back to me, he zips up his pants, he goes, "Do you want to give it a try?" I was like, "All right, but don't hit me in the head so hard, okay?" Subtle gay joke. Yeah, that's why I don't go to bars in Hollywood anymore, or LA. That and because after you get like 4 DUIs on your record, they kind of have your picture posted at every wall. So there's a bar down the street from my house, it's called El Iguanas. Shut up, don't ever wreck that place. I went there one time, there was a gang shooting. And I was like, "What the hell? Like, I thought we were just here to drink, dance, and be feliz." Apparently, if you're in the same city and there's 2 gangs, it's no good. I mean, let's be honest. If you're dating a girl and there's 2 guys in her, is that good? Hell yes it is! These gangs need to get their head out of their asses and start prioritizing. Dictionary is going to be easier to pronounce. Alright, well, I'm Ricky, and I love you all very much. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Ricky Prieto, y'all. So when you guys